alaikum. Jambo lakini. Able to salimianeni too. A lot of you are Kenyans anyway. I'm not going to tell you one time, so relax. Because I saw my friend Professor Gulie, and we made some peace. Well, I'm so delighted to be able to come and witness this tremendous publication by a brother whom I have known, Ambassador Maxamed Cabdi Afey, one of our finest diplomats as a country and as a region. I think that Mheshimiwa, the other guy I think of is Hussein Bashar, who may not be here. I remember campaigning for him in Qatar to become the Director General of Universal Postal Union. And he went on to serve a full 2 terms, one of our finest again from Mandera. So today, this evening, although this book is written in Somalia, in the Zulu language, I can tell you that, and I've heard Mheshimiwa Ado really feel that you're now justified. You can speak Somali as well from Kenya. So the guys from across will not be laughing at you. But so that I can give you some comfort, when we were dealing with the peace process, mainly the Bagadi peace process, I declared myself, because I listened to the Hawiyes and the Darots, and there was a lot of confusion, and the 0.5 clan, I declared myself a member. My clan across the border, Mr. Prime Minister, is Digli Mirifli. And because I could see they were closer to my mean. I remember one day, the late Ambassador Baadigoobkii Nabadda was somewhere in Paris. And I that time convinced President Kibaki, after the failure of the peace process in Eldoret, that time under the late Elijah Mwangale, that we needed to re-energize the peace process. And so I added to Ambassador Baadigoobkii Nabadda, our brother Maxamed Afey, whom I had known. And I think by that time you had, of course, already served. You had not served as a nominated MP. I was the Deputy Minister. Yeah, that time Deputy Minister for Foreign Affairs. One time the man had the privilege to address the whole UN General Assembly. When it happened that we left him in Kanu with Moi, right? Remember, Musalia was vice president for 3 months. Afey took advantage and went and addressed the UN General Assembly. He was then the deputy president. He was the deputy foreign minister to Masden Madoka. This is our history. But I remember when I asked him to do something incredible. We looked at where the peace process had actually gotten to. And I felt we needed to re-energize it. And so, with, of course, the entire government machinery and ourselves, we decided to invite the late Abdullah Yusuf, remember him? And the late Abdi Qassam. I'm told President Qassam still lives, even today, I'm told he's in Egypt. And they came all the way. Thanks to Ambassador Afey, I asked him to literally bring them to our house. And they were hosted by my wife. They looked at my wife because she has long hair, and they say, this one is shifter. And so that tells you how close we've been. But I'm not the type of person to blow my own trumpet. I thank you, Maxamed Afey, for writing this book. And now the English version will be coming. Let us all recognize the fact that when there is not absolute peace in Somalia, we are not at peace ourselves as Kenya. And therefore we must congratulate President Uhuru Kenyatta for the foresight he had before he left office to have worked so hard to make Somalia a member of East African Community. This will energize, I'm sure this will energize the feeling of family in the region. And I think we shall then be able to stress on the need to apply uniform standards on democratic practice, because I gather that now Somalia is supposed to have elections next May or thereabouts. We want to encourage Somalia to continue on the path to national healing, national integration, so that when I come, I can visit my clan members of Digli Mirifle. Inshallah, I might end up with a few camels and things like that. So it is critical what you have done, Ambassador Afey. Never mind that we did what we had to do. One time in 2007, you will recall, I ran for president. It's not the first time I'm going to run for president, by the way. I ran for president in 2007. I was the third candidate. And some of my colleagues had said, oh, this Kalonzo is a terrible fellow. He's going to declare Kenya a Christian nation. And so my brother Sheikh Abdullahi, I'm sure is here. Abdullahi Habdi of Nafli is a dear brother of Namlef that time. And so I said, in order to prove these people wrong, the only 2 nomination slots my party was given, and because there are only 12 nomination slots, we had qualified for 2. I decided to nominate Muslims to both of them. One of them was Ambassador Afey, and the other one was our sister Shakila Abdallah. She's still the Secretary General of Wiper Patriotic Front. So you now can see, again, I come from a region very close to Somalia. If you know where Sekuru is, I know that my brother, my friend, I was telling Mheshimiwa Kainan, we once got late in an helicopter when I was Minister for Education, and we were flying from Mandera, and the helicopter could not fly at night, so we landed in my village in Sekuru. The chief butcher was Mheshimiwa Kainan. He's the one who slaughtered the goats we ate. Tells you how close we are. And I'm told it's in the Quran, Mheshimiwa, that you have to think of your neighbor first. It's actually also in the Bible. The biggest thing, love, that you should show is first to your neighbor. Yeah. Consider your neighbor before you go elsewhere. So as we go forward, we are one big team now. We are staring at a momentous time in the history of this country and the region. And I am aware of the challenges in the Horn of Africa. And so when Somalia is finally settled as members, and I know that some of the members, I know the nominees to East African Parliament, I think I know one lady, I forget her name now, and there's no more challenges, but I think as soon as that is settled, Somalia will be a full-fledged member of East Africa community. That is our pledge, and we work hard to make sure even the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, who are feeling a little uneasy because of our own arrangements, political arrangements in the region, I'm sure they will also stay, so that we have one big market. The Somali community knows, and they're all over the world. They're in Minnesota. They do serious business. And when there was no order in Somalia, the window to the world was actually Isli, where my brother Mheshimiwa Yusuf is a member. Again, when we changed the word and the name to Wiper, he left us. But now he's most welcome because we are now a patriotic front. But this is who we are. And quite frankly, Mheshimiwa Afey, keep up the good work. Because you come from Wajir South, I will also be visiting, and I'm very impressed by the member for Wajir South. Honestly, although you are ODM, hata wewe utatujoin too. But as a wonderful gentleman, I listen to you. Mheshimiwa, keep up the spirit. Let us unite our country, because a united Kenya and an integrated Kenya, tribeless Kenya, will make it possible for our friends across the border to live also in peace. When Kibaki and I, as Kibaki's vice president, when we say that we needed to exercise the right to self-defense by following the attacks after what happened in Mada Island that time, and we send our troops to Somalia, it was never our intention to stay in Somalia for as long as we have done. We will have to revisit all these things, including sending our men also to Haiti and other places. First of all, we'll build synergy, we'll build peace in our region, and then I'm quite sure it will be a prosperous East Africa. So once again, congratulations, Ambassador Afey. Keep up the good work. We will be announcing our changes as we go on. And I've seen so many colleagues here. All of them, I'm going to come to wipe up a total front.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Stephen Kalonzo. We recognize and appreciate you being here with us tonight. Hadda waxaan mar kale dib ugu noqon doonaa teamka technicalka si aan u daawano video testimonialskaas lagu sameeyay booga. Teamka technicalkan mar kale u baaqaya fadlan videodaasi inoo dara. Waad mahadsantihiin.
أنا Ambassador Maxamed Cabdi Afey iyo dadka Soomaaliyeed ee sharafta leh ee ka qayb galaya xafladda soo bandhigida kitaabka kan oo qoray Ambassadorka ayaan salaamaya. Assalaamu calaykum waraxmatullah. waxaan rabaa wax yar oo la xiriiro Ambassadorka iyo buugga iyo Soomaaliya si kooban inaan wax idinkaga iraahdo. ugu horreyn Ambassadorka waxaa nin diblomaasi oo muddo fiican isbaranay يعني ديران إن مدة عن سيد عادك أوضح شقيني وسد حديث سنة Soomaaliya xilliga ugu cuslaa ahaa kasoo bilaabanayay horraantii 2006 markii ay soo bixeen maxkamadaha islaamiga ah kuna dhamaanaysay Janaayo 2009 markaas oo ay soo afmeerantay dhammaan waxyaabihii ka dhashay duulaanka Itoobiya Soomaaliya ay ku soo qaaday muddaas ayaan madow macaamalaynay nin diblomaasiya sida buugga qofka akhriyo uu ka dhadhansan doono كلمات حسابا يهين حين دابا وحيرا حلك أو هايو وحيابها اللوجة بعيني إسلام مركزنا عني كجورين دارينكي أبى متك بني آدم لماذا هالنقطة أبى متك صومال لماذا يدجان كي دارشة يكسر جيد يحنو وداع هالنقطة إنه عسى ينكو برتي ديار